Now, some guys will go for it, some guys won't. But I learned that it overcomplicates things, right? So now you not only have to see if you're compatible with this guy, you not only have to see if you like this guy, you also have to tell him at some point you are trans.
I'm way beyond universes, beyond Mars. I am the love, I'm the Venus before extraterrestrial.
Hey sweethearts, it's Nicolette Venus. Once again, tapping in and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on all post notifications so you can be notified every time I upload. So, in this video, I'll be talking about dating as a transgender woman, as well as the importance of telling these guys you are trans. Now, something I learned is that the more passable you become, the more complicated your dating life becomes as a transgender woman. Now, I know there are some trans women out there that tend to think that these guys are more into trans women that look more masculine, but that is not the case. What it is when you first start your transition, you are not passable, right? So these guys easily can spot you out. So you're literally getting approached by trans attracted men. Now, some may be trans chasers, some may just want sex, some may want romance, but it is literally all trans attracted men, right? Now, somewhere along the lines of your transition, you become passable in your everyday life. So now you are literally getting approached by straight men that don't even know you're a transgender. What I learned is this overcomplicates things. So, for example, I was approached recently by a guy, right? I went to 7-Eleven and I pulled up in my car. I was getting out and I noticed as soon as I was walking to the door, somebody pulled next to my car and I kind of just looked, right? And I kind of felt that, hey, they want to talk to me. But I just went in the store, bought what I needed to buy, and I noticed that they were just sitting in the car, right? So I already knew they wanted to talk to me, right? So after I bought what I needed to buy and I went outside, of course, they walked up to me and they started complimenting how gorgeous I am, how sexy I am, right? He was saying like, oh, you're well put together, you know, you got a nice body, some cute feet, pretty face, right? He's like giving me all these compliments, right? And he was saying, take down my number. So I just put his number in my phone and he was telling me to call him. And at first I'm like, I ain't calling him, right? Because just in case I don't want to talk to him. But I was like, you know what? He kept insisting like I call him to give him my number. So I just text him my name, right? And then he walked to the other side and we're still talking, right? We're still talking about stuff. And he's just still giving me compliments and stuff. And then something just came in my mind that maybe he doesn't know I'm trans, right? And then there was guys, a group of guys hanging out there in front of the 7-Eleven, right? Now they were parked like 2 or 3 cars down, right? So I didn't want to say out loud, are you into trans girls, to make him feel like uncomfortable, right? So I was like this, and then I whispered in his ear, I said, are you into trans girls? And he's like, wait, you're trans? And he said something like, I'm sorry, that's not my style, or something like that, right? And then I just hopped in my car and that was that, right? But when I realized that, what if he doesn't know I'm trans? I was thinking that it could be dangerous too. So what if I pursued talking to him, assuming that he knew I was trans? It could be dangerous, right? So I've been learning that this is the reason why that you see trans girls that have all their work done, right? All their surgeries, and even they are having difficulty when it pertains to dating. It's because somewhere along the lines of your transition, you get passable to the point where even the guys don't even know you're trans. So you're literally getting approached by straight guys that don't even know you are transgender, right? And this is why I be saying, like, these people that are transphobic that say, oh, straight guys are not into trans girls, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because once you become passable enough, it's literally straight guys that don't even know you are trans, right? Now, some guys will go for it, some guys won't. But I learned that it overcomplicates things, right? So now you not only have to see if you're compatible with this guy, you not only have to see if you like this guy, you also have to tell him at some point you are trans. Now me, I'm very upfront, right? So I tell them right away. What I'm simply saying is that the more passable you become, the more complicated it becomes. And this is the reason why it was less complicated at the beginning of your transition, because you weren't that passable, so you stood out. So all the men that were attracted to trans women can easily spot you out. You're thinking these guys prefer trans women that look more masculine, but that's not the case. They just were able to point you out easier because you weren't that passable. And it kind of sucks because it's kind of like passability is a double-edged sword, right? So on one side, it's like, okay, you're more passable, so now you can blend into society, right? But on the other side, it's complicated because you're getting approached by men that think you're a biological woman. And I'm not talking about social media, right? Because trans girls on social media tend to tell you they are trans, right? So the guys obviously know they are trans. I'm talking about like in your everyday reality, when you become passable in your everyday life, right? The men that approach you, they don't know you're trans. So they're thinking you're a biological woman, right? So it just overcomplicates things. But like I said, some men will still go for it. Some are like, oh, you know, I've never been with a trans girl, but I'll try it, right? But it's still complicated. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, future content, and until next time, guys.